You break free from the egg and drift upward, somewhere in the coastal waters of Japan. You need food almost immediately, so you watch the water for anything small enough to catch. A microscopic copepod tumbles past your face and you open your mouth wide, lunging forward. But you miss completely and spin sideways through the water, your fins too weak to stop the rotation. You straighten yourself and try again with the next one that drifts close, this time clamping your jaws shut just as it touches your mouth. You swallow it whole. That's your first meal. Then something large moves through the cloud of larvae. It's a jellyfish, small but still many times your size, with transparent tentacles trailing behind its body. The tentacles brush against 3 of your siblings and they go still immediately, paralyzed and sinking. You kick your fins hard to the side, pushing yourself away from the drifting strands. One tentacle sweeps close to your tail, but you twist and it misses by the width of your body. The jellyfish keeps drifting through the group, its tentacles dragging more larvae into its reach. You need to get away from it, so you push upward toward the brighter water above. But then the current strengthens and pulls you sideways with sudden force, scattering the remaining larvae in every direction. You tumble through the water, unable to control where you're going, until the current finally weakens and leaves you drifting alone. Your siblings are gone now, spread across the open ocean, and out here, anything with a mouth is looking for something your size. You're 3 weeks old now. Your body has grown larger, and your transparent skin has turned pale orange. You've been drifting in open water since you hatched, but now you need to find a place to settle, so you let yourself sink toward the rocky reef below. You land on a flat stone covered in green algae and start grazing, scraping your mouth across the surface to pull the growth free. Then another small Kobudai, slightly larger than you with darker orange coloring, swims straight at you and rams your side. You slide across the rock, but then it comes back and bites your tail fin, tearing a small piece loose. You can't fight something bigger, so you swim away quickly, looking for somewhere else to feed. You find a narrow gap between 2 rocks where the algae grows thick on both sides. You slip inside and start eating again, keeping your body pressed close to the stone. A few minutes pass and nothing bothers you, so you keep feeding until your stomach fills. But then, something moves in the shadows beyond the gap. A rockfish appears, much larger than you, with its mouth already opening as it shoots forward. You kick hard and dive deeper into the crack, scraping your sides against the rough stone as you squeeze through. The rockfish's mouth snaps shut where you were, but it can't follow you into the narrow space. It hovers outside for a moment, trying to push its head through, but then turns and swims away. You stay wedged in the crack, waiting until you're sure it's gone. Then you move deeper into the crevice, finding a spot where the walls are too tight for anything bigger to reach you. This is where you'll hide from now on. The reef is full of mouths trying to eat you, and until you grow larger, you'll need to stay close to places they can't follow. Skip forward and you're 6 months old now. Your body has grown much larger, and your orange color has deepened to a reddish tone. You spend most of your time grazing on algae that covers the rocks near your crevice, scraping it free with your teeth and swallowing it in small clumps. You're working your way across a flat boulder when you notice movement below. An octopus is creeping along the reef floor, changing color to match the stones as it moves closer. You stop feeding and hold still, pressing your body flat against the rock to blend in. But the octopus keeps coming, so you need to leave before it reaches you. You push off the boulder and swim toward a patch of tall kelp growing a short distance away. The octopus sees you move and shoots forward with its arms spreading wide. You kick hard, trying to reach the kelp before it catches you, but it's faster than you expected. One arm stretches out and almost wraps around your tail, so you twist sideways and slip through a narrow gap between 2 rocks. The octopus follows, pushing one arm through the opening, but you're already on the other side, swimming into the kelp forest. You weave between the thick stalks, using them to block the octopus from following in a straight line. After a few more turns, you stop and look back. The octopus has given up and moved back toward the reef floor. You stay in the kelp and start feeding on the small crustaceans clinging to the stalks. Other young Kobudai are here too, all females with orange bodies like yours, all focused on eating. Then a much larger female swims through the forest, easily twice your size with darker coloring. She grazes past you without stopping, completely unbothered by anything around her. You're getting bigger, but you're still small enough that predators want to eat you. You're 2 years old now. You've reached your full size as a female, about 30 centimeters long with bright orange-pink coloring across your entire body. You don't hide in crevices anymore. Instead, you roam across the reef openly, grazing wherever you find food. You come across a cluster of sea urchins wedged between 2 rocks, their spines sticking out in all directions. You need to break through the shell to reach the meat inside, so you grab one with your teeth and pull it free from the group. Then you swim to a flat stone nearby and smash the urchin against it repeatedly, hitting it hard until cracks appear in the shell. After several more strikes, the shell breaks open and you eat the soft tissue inside. While you're feeding, a massive Kobudai swims through your area. He's a male, easily 3 times your size with a huge bulging forehead and pale gray-blue coloring that's completely different from your orange. He moves slowly across the reef, and when he passes close to you, you swim to the side to let him through. Other females do the same, all of them making space as he glides past without looking at any of you. After he's gone, you go back to feeding on the urchins, but then another female appears and swims straight toward the one you've been working on. She wants to take it, so you dart at her quickly, snapping your jaws near her face. She backs away, then tries to circle around to the other side. You chase her again, making quick aggressive movements until she finally leaves. You turn back and see the male in the distance, crushing a large shellfish in his jaws with almost no effort, something your teeth couldn't break. He finishes eating and continues moving through his territory. You've seen what the males can do, but you won't become one unless something happens to him first. Skip forward, and you're 5 years old now. The massive male who ruled this section of reef has become slower over the past few months. His movements are stiff when he swims, and he spends more time resting between feeding. You watch him from a distance as he crushes a shellfish, but this time it takes him longer to break it open. Then one day he doesn't come out from the rocky ledge where he sleeps. You swim past and see a moray eel pulling at his body, tearing off pieces of flesh. The male is dead, and now the reef has no dominant male to control the territory. Over the following weeks, something shifts inside your body. You start chasing other females away from feeding spots more aggressively than before, swimming at them hard instead of just making quick darts. Your orange color begins to fade slightly, turning paler near your head and back. Then your forehead starts to push forward, growing thicker and more pronounced with each passing day. You're feeding on a sea urchin when a smaller female swims toward you, trying to get close to the same rock. You don't just chase her this time. Instead, you ram her hard with your shoulder, sending her tumbling sideways through the water. She rights herself and swims away quickly, not coming back. Your body keeps changing. Your jaws feel heavier and stronger, and you can crush shells now that would have been too hard before. Other females move aside when you swim through the reef, giving you space the way they used to do for the old male. Your body is turning into something completely different, and when the change finishes, you'll be the one who controls this territory. You're 7 years old now. Your transformation is complete. Your body has grown massive, nearly a meter long, with a huge bulging forehead that juts forward above your mouth. Your orange coloring has disappeared completely, replaced by pale blue-gray skin. Your jaws are thick and powerful, strong enough to crush shells that would break smaller fish's teeth. You patrol a large section of reef that used to belong to the old male. Females swim through your territory to feed, and when they see you coming, they move to the side cautiously, watching you pass. You let them stay but keep your distance, focusing on your own feeding. Then another male appears from the deeper water beyond the reef. He's slightly smaller than you, but still large with his own bulging forehead and gray coloring. He swims into your territory and doesn't turn back when he sees you. You need to defend what's yours, so you swim directly toward him with your mouth opening wide to show your size. He does the same, moving closer instead of retreating. You ram him with your forehead, the impact pushing through the water. He strikes back immediately, hitting your side hard enough to knock you sideways. You recover and push forward again, using your larger body to drive him back toward the reef edge. He tries to circle around you, but you cut him off and ram him again, this time hitting him square in the side. He turns and tries to strike your flank, but you're already moving, slamming into him repeatedly with your head and shoulder. After several more hits, he finally turns and swims away into the deeper water, leaving your territory behind. You circle back to the reef and resume feeding. The females are still here, moving carefully around the rocks. This territory is yours now. But other males will keep coming, and you'll have to fight to keep it. You're 10 years old now. You've ruled this territory for years without any serious challenges. Females move through the reef freely to feed, and rival males stopped trying to take your space months ago. You crush thick-shelled abalone and sea urchins easily now, prey that would break the teeth of smaller fish. Then the current changes, becoming stronger and colder than usual. You keep feeding, but the water starts moving faster, pushing against your body as you swim. Smaller fish dart into crevices and gaps between the rocks, hiding from what's coming. The surge hits suddenly, slamming you sideways into the reef. Waves churn the water violently, tearing kelp loose and rolling rocks across the bottom. You need shelter, so you push toward a large rocky outcrop and wedge yourself into the space beneath it, bracing your body against the stone to hold your position. The surge keeps pulling and pushing, making it hard to stay in place. Then a heavy piece of coral breaks free from somewhere above and crashes into your side, tearing scales and flesh. The impact drives you against the rock, but you hold your position and don't let the current rip you away. After a long time, the water finally calms. You pull yourself out from under the outcrop and swim slowly across the reef. Your side is bleeding where the coral hit you, a deep wound that runs from your shoulder to your tail. Each movement makes the torn flesh pull apart, and swimming takes more effort than before. You find a sea urchin wedged in the rocks and crush it, but eating is slower now. Your breathing is heavier, and you need to rest between each bite. The wound won't heal properly, and when other males see that you're injured, they'll come to take what's yours. You're 12 years old now. The wound on your side never closed properly, leaving a long scar where the scales don't grow back. Your movements are slower than before, and you rest more often between feeding, staying close to the rocky outcrop where you sleep. You're crushing a sea urchin against a flat stone when a younger male appears from the deeper water. He's powerful and fast, with a massive forehead and bright gray-blue coloring that shows he's in his prime. He swims directly into your territory without slowing down. You need to defend your reef, so you turn and swim toward him with your mouth opening to show your size. But your body moves stiffly and your breathing is already heavy. He watches you approach, then suddenly charges forward and rams you hard in the injured side. Pain shoots through your body and you twist away, trying to create distance. He doesn't give you time to recover. He strikes again, hitting the same wounded area with his forehead. You try to ram him back, but he dodges easily and circles around to your weak side. You swing your body toward him, attempting to use your weight, but your fins don't respond fast enough and he hits you again. You can't win this fight, so you turn away from the reef and swim toward the deeper water beyond the territory. Your fins push weakly, and each movement pulls at the wound. The younger male follows for a short distance, then stops and turns back toward the reef. You keep swimming, but your strength drains quickly. Your body tilts to one side and you start sinking toward the sandy bottom below. You try to right yourself, but your fins barely move. Then they stop completely. You land heavily in the sand. Your gills open and close slower with each breath, then stop. Above you, the new male patrols the reef that used to be yours. Life as a Kobudai fish might be rough, but there's another animal out there that has it way worse. Trust me, it's wild. Check out the video and see for yourself.